Motivation is not what separates strong people from weak people. Neither is talent. The actual difference is something almost nobody talks about. You think you need more discipline. You think you need more time. You think you need more luck. None of that is true. The real cause is simpler and harder. You have never had to fight yourself before. We're going to explore how to find that fight, how to win it one round at a time, and how to become someone your old excuses no longer recognized. Music. Your greatest opponent isn't out there. It's in the mirror. Beat that, and nothing else can stop you. Say it back to yourself, not out loud, just in your chest, where it counts. Your greatest opponent isn't out there. It's in the mirror. Beat that, and nothing else can stop you. Episode 1. The enemy you blame. Who have you been fighting all this time? Be honest. Your boss, your parents, your bad luck. The economy. The people who doubted you in high school and never even think about you anymore. You have spent years fighting shadows that don't fight back. And the whole time, the real opponent was standing quietly behind you. Waiting. Your greatest opponent isn't out there. It's in the mirror. Beat that, and nothing else can stop you. You've made mistakes. You've quit things you swore you'd finish. You've said tomorrow more times than you can count. That's not a character flaw. That's just what happens when nobody ever taught you who the real fight was with. You are not broken. You are simply untrained. Think about a rope in a tug of war. Two sides pulling, straining, feet dug into the dirt. Now imagine both ends of that rope are tied to you. One side pulls toward comfort. The other pulls toward growth. There is no outside team beating you. You are both sides. You always have been. Don't fight the world. Fight yourself first. That's the mantra now. Not fight harder against your circumstances. Not prove them wrong. Just this. Don't fight the world. Fight yourself first. Because the world was never holding the rope. You were. Here's the part that stings a little. Every time you blamed something outside yourself, you handed away your own power. You said, I can't control this, so I'm not responsible for it. And in a strange way, that felt like relief. It's easier to lose a fight you never agreed to enter. But it's also hollow. It doesn't build anything in you. One missed workout won't ruin your body. One skipped study session won't ruin your grade. One late night won't ruin your career. But the excuse you told yourself to justify it, that will ruin you if you let it become a habit of mind. Here's the good news. You don't need permission to start fighting the right opponent. You don't need a better job first. You don't need better circumstances first. You don't need to wait until Monday or January or after this one hard week is over. The fight is available right now, in this exact moment, because the enemy is already in the room. It's you. Think about that. Not the you that quit last time. Not the you that made the mistake. The you that is listening to these words right now. Still breathing. Still capable of choosing differently in the next 5 minutes. That version of you has never lost a single round. Not one. Because this is the first time you've even shown up to, this isn't about hating yourself. It isn't about punishment. It's about respect. You don't go to war with an opponent you don't respect. And your old habits, your old excuses, your old comfortable version of yourself, they deserve respect because they are strong. They've been undefeated for years. Beating something that's strong will mean something. Beating something weak never does. So stop pointing outward. Stop waiting for the world to hand you a fair fight. There is no fair fight. There is only the one in front of you, the one inside your own skull, and it starts the moment you stop, pretending someone else is holding the other end of the rope. You are the opponent. You are also the one who gets to win. Episode 2. The excuses you keep. Why do smart people stay stuck for years? Not because they lack ideas. Not because they lack ability. They stay stuck because they've built a comfortable home inside their excuses, and moving out feels like losing something, even when what they're losing is a cage. Your greatest opponent isn't out there. It's in the mirror. Beat that, and nothing else can stop you. You know your excuses by heart. You could recite them in your sleep. I'm too tired today. I'll start when things calm down. I work better under pressure. Some of them might even be partly true. That's what makes them so dangerous. A lie a lie is easy to reject. A half-truth you've repeated for 10 years starts to feel like identity. Think about a seed sitting in a dry jar on a shelf. It has everything inside it to become a tree. The code, the potential, the whole design. But sitting in that jar, it becomes nothing. It needs to be planted. It needs soil and water and time in the dark before it ever sees light. Your ability is that seed. Your excuses are the jar. Nobody is stopping you from being planted, except the hand that keeps you sealed on the shelf. And that hand is yours. You've made mistakes with this before. You've planted yourself in the wrong soil, given up too early, blamed the season instead of your own impatience. That's okay. That's not failure. That's information. The only real failure is staying in the jar because you're afraid of what growing will demand of you. Don't fight the world. Fight yourself first. Here's a triplet worth remembering. One good excuse won't ruin your life. One skipped promise to yourself won't define you. But 1,000 small surrenders, stacked quietly over years, will build a person you don't recognize in the mirror. That's the real danger of excuses. Not the excuse itself, the repetition. The way it becomes a groove worn into your thinking, so smooth and familiar that choosing differently starts to feel unnatural, even wrong. Discipline. That word gets thrown around like a hammer, like something harsh and cold. But discipline is actually just this: refusing to negotiate with the version of you that wants to stay in the jar. It's not about being hard on yourself every second of the day. It's about being unwilling to trade your future for the temporary comfort of an excuse that sounds reasonable in the moment. You are allowed to start again today. Not next Monday, not after this next Netflix episode. Today, in whatever's left of it. The seed doesn't care how long it sat in the jar. The moment it's planted, it starts becoming what it was always capable of becoming. Time in the jar isn't wasted if you finally get out of it. So look at your favorite excuse, the one you reach for the fastest. Name it quietly in your head. Now imagine setting it down. Just for today, just for one decision. That's the whole fight. Not forever. Just today, plant yourself. Even in bad soil. Especially in bad soil. That's usually where the strongest roots grow. Episode 3. The votes you cast. What if every single action you take today is a vote? Not a task, not a chore. A vote cast for the kind of person you are becoming, or the kind of person you're settling for. Your greatest opponent isn't out there. It's in the mirror. Beat that, and nothing else can stop you. Most people think identity comes first, and action follows. I'm just not a disciplined person. I've never been a morning person. I'm not the type who finishes things. But it works the other way around. Identity is built from the votes you cast, one decision at a time. You don't think your way into being strong. You act your way into it. Think about bricks stacked one on top of another. No single brick holds up a wall. You could remove any one of them, and the wall would probably still stand. But take away enough bricks, one small missing decision at a time, and eventually the whole structure comes down. Your identity is built the same way. Every small choice is a brick. You are laying them whether you notice or not. You've cast bad votes before. Everyone has. A missed commitment here. A broken promise there. That doesn't disqualify you from the next vote. Elections happen every single day. You get to vote again tomorrow morning. And the morning after that, no matter how you voted yesterday, don't fight the world. Fight yourself first. This is where it gets personal. When you choose to get up instead of hitting snooze, you're not just avoiding being late. You're casting a vote for, I am someone who keeps promises to myself. When you choose the harder, honest conversation instead of the easy lie, you're voting for, I am someone with integrity. When you sit down and do the work nobody's watching, you're voting for, I am someone who doesn't need an audience to have standards. One vote won't make you disciplined. One vote won't make you trustworthy. One vote won't make you strong. But 1,000 small votes, cast quietly and consistently, will eventually elect a version of you that you're proud to see in the mirror. That is the difference. Here's what nobody tells you about this. The vote matters more than the outcome. You can cast the right vote and still have a bad day. You can do everything right and still not see results immediately. That's fine. Democracy doesn't work on a single ballot. Neither does identity. Keep voting for the person you want to become, even on days when it doesn't feel like it's working. So today, before you do anything else, ask yourself one question. Who am I voting for right now? Not with your words, with this exact action, in this exact moment. If the answer makes you uncomfortable, that discomfort is information. Use it. Cast a different vote next time. You are not stuck being who you've always been. You are one vote away right now from becoming someone new. Episode 4. The garden nobody sees. What does it actually look like to become someone new? Not the highlight reel, not the transformation photo. The actual unglamorous, mostly invisible process that happens before anyone else ever notices a change. Your greatest opponent isn't out there. It's in the mirror. Beat that, and nothing else can stop you. Imagine a garden behind a house hidden from the street. Nobody driving past can see it. For months, all that happens is dirt being turned, weeds being pulled, seeds being planted in straight, careful rows. From the outside, nothing is happening. No one applauds a person quietly pulling weeds. But underneath the soil, roots are spreading, and something is being built that will eventually break through the surface and become undeniable. Your becoming works exactly like that garden. Right now, whatever effort you're putting in, it might feel invisible. Nobody's clapping, nobody's even watching. That's not a sign you're failing. That's just what root building looks like before anything blooms. You've made mistakes in this garden before. You've planted things and abandoned them halfway. You've let weeds take over because pulling them felt tedious and unrewarding. That's normal. Every gardener loses a season before they learn patience. The difference between people who eventually grow something extraordinary and people who don't isn't talent. It's whether they kept tending the garden, nobody was watching. Don't fight the world. Fight yourself first. This is where the identity work becomes real. Every quiet hour you spend improving, unseen and unapplauded, is a vote for the person you're becoming. Nobody has to witness it for it to count. In fact, the votes that count the most are usually the ones nobody sees. The workout you didn't post about, the book you read instead of scrolling, the apology you made privately with no audience to praise you for it. One quiet hour won't transform you. One private discipline won't make you strong. One unseen effort won't change your life. But years of tending a garden nobody applauds will eventually produce something so obvious. People will assume it happened overnight. It didn't. It never does. There's a strange comfort in this if you let yourself feel it. You don't need permission. You don't need an audience. You don't need anyone to believe in what you're building before it's ready to be seen. The garden grows whether or not anyone is watching the fence. So keep pulling weeds. Keep turning soil that looks like nothing but dirt. The version of you that's becoming strong enough to beat yourself is being built right now, in private, in the exact ordinary moment you're in. Don't wait for someone to notice before you decide it's worth doing. Tend the garden, especially when no one's watching. Especially then. Episode 5. 1 day, 2 days. How does someone lose themselves without ever making one big mistake? Not through a single catastrophic decision. Through small, quiet erosion. One missed day at a time, until the missed days become the pattern instead of the exception. Your greatest opponent isn't out there. It's in the mirror. Beat that and nothing else can stop you. Here's a hard truth worth sitting with. One missed day is a mistake. 2 missed days in a row is the beginning of a habit. And habits, once formed, stop asking your permission. They just run. Think about a candle burning in a quiet room. One gust of wind might make the flame flicker, but it doesn't go out. It's resilient. But if that wind keeps blowing, steady and relentless, the flame gets smaller and smaller until one day there's nothing left but a thin trail of smoke. Your motivation is that flame. Missed days are the wind. One gust doesn't extinguish you. A pattern of gusts will, if you let it keep blowing unanswered. You've had this happen before. A missed workout became a missed week. A skipped morning routine became a month of chaos. This isn't a character flaw unique to you. It's how humans work. The relief is that flames can be relit. Every single time. Don't fight the world. Fight yourself first. Here's the redemption mechanic, and it matters more than almost anything else in this video. The goal was never perfection. Perfection isn't sustainable, and chasing it will burn you out faster than any missed day ever could. The goal is a short memory for failure and a long memory for identity. Miss a day. Notice it. Relight the flame the very next day, without ceremony, without a whole new speech about starting over on Monday. One missed day won't define you. One relapse into an old habit won't define you. One bad week won't define you. What defines you is how quickly you return to the votes you actually want to be casting. That is the difference. People treat a slip as proof that the whole project is over. I already messed up today, might as well write off the whole week. That thinking is the real threat, more than the missed day itself. It turns one gust of wind into a decision to stop protecting the flame altogether. Discipline, not the harsh, joyless kind. The protective kind. The kind that says, I care about this flame enough to shield it from the next gust, even though the last one caught me off guard. That's not weakness. That's exactly what strength looks like in practice. Not the absence of missed days, but the refusal to let missed days multiply unchecked. So if you missed yesterday, stop reading this as a lecture and start reading it as permission. Relight it. Right now, today, in whatever way is available to you. The flame doesn't care how long it was out. It only cares whether you're willing to strike the match again. Episode 6. The wheel that keeps turning. Why do some people seem to get stronger every single year, while others stay exactly the same? It isn't intensity. It isn't talent. It's whether the effort keeps turning, day after day, even when it feels like nothing is moving. Your greatest opponent isn't out there. It's in the mirror. Beat that, and nothing else can stop you. Think about an old stone wheel, the kind used to grind grain, turned slowly by hand, or by an ox walking in a circle. In the first hour, it barely seems to move the grain at all. It feels pointless, almost laughable. This endless slow circling for so little visible result. But that wheel doesn't need to move fast. It just needs to keep turning. Given enough turns, it grinds through anything. Your effort works the same way. The first weeks of any real change feel like that wheel. Slow, unglamorous, barely producing anything you can point to. That's not evidence it isn't working. That's exactly what the early turning looks like. For everyone, every single time. You've stopped turning the wheel before. You got a few weeks in, saw no dramatic result, and decided the wheel was broken instead of just early. That's understandable. Nobody enjoys turning something for a long time, with no visible payoff. But the wheel was never broken. It just hadn't turned enough times yet. Don't fight the world. Fight yourself first. Here's the fear worth naming honestly. Somewhere in you is a quiet worry that if you keep turning the wheel and nothing changes, that means you're not capable of change at all. That fear is a liar. It mistakes the pace of the wheel for the strength of the person turning it. The wheel is slow by design. That has never meant you're failing. One turn won't grind the grain. One turn won't build the strength. One turn won't change who you are. But a wheel turned patiently, day after day, for months and years, will eventually grind through obstacles that once looked permanent. The storm you're training for isn't a single dramatic moment. It's the ordinary accumulation of hard days that never got easier, only more familiar. People who look unshakable in a crisis aren't unshakable by accident. They spent years turning a wheel nobody was watching, quietly building a strength they never got to see directly, only felt, gradually, in how much less things scared them. So if this week has felt like slow, invisible turning with nothing to show for it, good. That means you're doing it exactly right. The grinding happens underneath, out of sight, one turn at a time. Keep your hand on the wheel. It's already working, even on the days it doesn't feel like it. Episode 7. The day they ask how, one day, someone is going to ask you how you did it, not right away. Not this year, maybe not even this decade, but somewhere down the road. Someone who's watched you become steady, capable, and strong is going to sit across from you and ask the question everyone eventually asks the person who changed. Your greatest opponent isn't out there. It's in the mirror. Beat that and nothing else can stop you. You'll want to have a good answer. Something impressive. A secret system. A single turning point moment. A mentor who unlocked something in you. But if you're honest, and by then you will be, the real answer will be almost embarrassingly simple. You showed up on the ordinary days. You relit the flame after the ordinary failures. You kept turning the wheel long after it stopped feeling exciting. Don't fight the world. Fight yourself first. That's the whole answer. Not a hack. Not a secret. Just 1,000 small votes cast for the person you wanted to become, repeated long enough that they stopped being effort and started being identity. Here's the triplet worth carrying with you after this video ends. One hard day didn't make you who you are. One easy shortcut wouldn't have made you who you are either. It was the plain, repeated choice to fight yourself instead of blaming the world. Over and over, until it became who you simply are now. Think about a sunrise. Nobody watches the sun cross the whole sky in a single glance and calls it fast. It rises slowly, inch by inch, and yet every single day, without fail, it clears the horizon completely. Nobody doubts whether the sun will rise. They just wait, because they know its pace is not the same thing as its certainty. Your progress deserves the same trust. Slow does not mean uncertain. It just means it's still rising. You've made mistakes on this path, plenty of them, and you'll make more before it's over. That was never disqualifying. It was the entire terrain the fight takes place on. Nobody beats themselves without failing at it. First, sometimes for years. The only real defeat is deciding. The failures mean the fight isn't worth continuing. So when that day comes, and it will come, quieter and sooner than you expect, you won't need an impressive story. You'll just tell the truth. You stopped blaming the mirror's reflection and started training it instead. You fought the only opponent who was ever really there. That is the difference. Closing willpower was never your problem. Talent was never your problem. Think about that. You spent years aiming your frustration outward, at people and circumstances that were never really holding the rope. The real fight, the only one that ever mattered, was quieter than that and closer than that. It was the version of you in the mirror, the one who has to be met and answered every single morning. Whether you feel ready or not, you don't need to win every round today. You don't need the whole wheel to finish turning by tonight. You just need to plant one seed, cast one vote, relight one flame, turn the wheel one more time. That's the entire secret, and it was never really a secret at all. Make yourself a private promise right now, one nobody else has to hear. Not a resolution, not a declaration, just a quiet decision made only for you. Today you fight the right opponent. Your greatest opponent isn't out there. It's in the mirror. Beat that, and nothing else can stop you.